Here's the AFC playoff picture. The Broncos are the #1 seed in the whole AFC. Wow. Does their 8-2 record deserve your respect? All of our respect, really.
Oh, listen, being 8-2 deserves at least a modicum of respect, and that defense deserves well more than a modicum of respect. That defense is awesome, and it's not just Nick Bonito. Zach Allen, I thought the hit on Geno yesterday was borderline dirty, but he's an excellent player. And those aren't the only guys. Hufanga's a great player. The Surtan's not even out there. He'll be back. He's a great player. That defense legitimately might be the best in football. And the offensive line has allowed the fewest sacks of any team in the league. And everybody thinks Sean Payton is at the very least a good coach. You know, a great coach at one point in time. Still, I don't know. But so you've got maybe the best defense, maybe the best offensive line, a good coach, a legit home field advantage because of where you play. The only way, and you have the best record in all of football, the only way that team would not be universally regarded as one of, if not the favorites to win the Super Bowl is if they had just a dreadful quarterback. And I'm sorry to tell you, Denver, but what your old buddy Nick Wright's been telling America for 10 weeks, all of America got to watch last night. And that was not an aberrant performance. It is week after week of guys open, sailed over their head, of clean pockets, he gets happy feet, of Bo Nix doing his best, young Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna slide out to my right, throw it off 1 foot because of this arm talent, and it sails out of bounds. And so if you look at the teams we think are going to be in the AFC playoffs, the Bills, Steelers or Ravens, Colts, Chiefs, Chargers. Right now, those are the Vegas favorites. And the Patriots. I left out the Patriots. My apologies. Every single one of those teams, I believe, if you said to them, hey, who do you want to face? They are picking maybe the Chargers because of their injuries, and if not them, they're picking Denver. Even though they have the offensive line, the coach, and the defense, because we've seen that quarterback play that way for 10 weeks in a row, Greg.
No.
Look, I was the one that said that this team would make the playoffs. I don't believe anybody else picked them to make the playoffs.
I did.
You did pick them to make the playoffs?
I did not. I picked them to finish last in the division. I was wrong.
And one of the reasons why is because I believe in the head coach. I obviously believe in their defense. And I said, Bo Nix, year 2, he's going to continue to come on strong. Last night was hard. Don't laugh. It's a serious matter. Last night, it was really hard to watch. And they just find a way to win. Like, when you listen to Sean Payton, like, he's like, the only thing he can really hang his hat on is we're 8-2.
Yeah.
Like, we know we have a really good defense. We have some struggles offensively. Watching them, they fought tooth and nail to get 10 first downs in that game. That's all they got. 10 first downs. And so it's not just that Bo Nix is bad. There's no rhythm to the offense. Right. There's no sustainability to what they're trying to do. Like, they want to run the ball. You know that Sean Payton wants to protect Bo Nix right now. And so you know that they're going to run the ball first. And if he doesn't show that unless I need it in the fourth quarter and we're down and everybody, even that doesn't watch football, knows you got to throw to get back in the game. If you just need to get a dink and dunk, I was watching like the check downs and some of the outlets to the running back, and the way he throws the ball,
inaccurate, yeah.
He doesn't give them a chance to do anything after the catch.
Right.
And that was what stood out to me. It's not that he was inaccurate, because everyone's inaccurate from time to time, but it's like when he does have these guys in front of him, he doesn't give them a ball that they can do a lot with afterwards. That's problematic when you already can identify we sputter offensively if we start to even get going. It was really hard to watch, but they're 8-2.
Yeah. That's going to carry him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, they can't blow it now as far as making the playoffs.
Yeah, Colin made a great observation, I thought, earlier. It's speculation, but it could be true. He said he thinks that Nix is playing, he's overwrought with anxiety. And then in the fourth quarters, when it's like, I can't think about, I just got a playoff instinct, that's when he's been better. So I don't know if that's the case. Obviously, Sean Payton put a lot of expectations on his shoulders going into this season. But I'm not ready to write, and I know you haven't been with Nix his whole career. I'm not ready to write him off and say, this is him. Like, he played really well last year, especially the second half of the season. And you know, he's had his moments, obviously, this year in the fourth quarters. So I think he can get there. I think it's in his head. Some of those throws, I mean, those are mental, some of these bad misses he's having. So they might be able to get him back. But I was surprised at your take as far as respecting it, because I thought you were just going to rip it. I think two things can be true. Like, I don't consider them a Super Bowl contender right now, but I do respect what they've done.
Yeah, well,
I mean, when you look at where they were.
I respect what the team has done.
When you look at where they were when Sean Payton took over, you got to give him credit. And I agree. I think he's made some mistakes. I thought he made some bad calls last night. But you got to respect what he's done. He's made them one of the better teams in the NFL when what looked like, I mean, he had Russell Wilson, like, it looked like a disaster, and he turned it around. And then to your point, the defense, the special teams has struggled. We saw that in some of the videos. The quarterback has been bad, and yet they're 8-2. And so you have to respect it. But it could be like that Pittsburgh 12-4 in 2020, and Philadelphia even turned out to not be real when they went 10-1 at the beginning of 2023.
Dusty, if you can grab the Bo Nix throw from Weird and Wonderful and drag it down, I just want to ask Greg a question about that specific play. That was supposed to be a touchdown. I know you're just talking about checkdowns. But his footwork on that particular play, not like I'm the quarterback guru, but he's all kind of like happy feet here.
Yeah.
Is that so bad? If you just watch his feet here, and he's just like on top of it, he's the mechanics seem so off. Is that actually kind of like a batter to cross sports? Is that like a batter in a slump? Like, hey man, just set your feet and you're a good quarterback.
Yeah,
like you got to the NFL and you're not doing basic quarterback mechanical footwork.
So obviously there's a timing to a timing clock that you got to have. Mm-hmm. In these situations, when I saw this throw, and Herbstreit kind of mentioned it in the broadcast, like he just never even thought to set his feet. He saw a wide open guy and was like, let me just throw it there. And when I see things like that, it's not even a confidence thing. It's you're moving too fast. Slow down, relax. And I feel like he feels pressure, because sometimes when he was escaping the pocket, he's escaping into pressure. And it was weird to me because it's like you're setting yourself up. But this was just bad. This was just bad. I see a guy, I got to hurry up and get to him, and I don't even think to set my feet. That is like elementary.
Listen, I know this is going to sound, it might sound harsh, and it is what it is. And I'm glad, Brew, I appreciate you saying that you were surprised by the fact that I am trying to bifurcate my analysis here. I do think the Broncos team deserves respect. Mm-hmm. But we talk all the time about, man, maybe that quarterback was really good and he just was in the worst situation possible. Sure. You have dropped a 5-year college player into a team where they are never off game script early because the defense keeps them in every game. Mm-hmm. And the teams always have to worry about the run or the pass. You have a head coach whose entire calling card is drawing up open guys and amazing offense. You have the best offensive line in football, and he looks like this. I am not exaggerating when I tell you my opinion is I think there are 25 starting quarterbacks in football that if we dropped them into the Broncos right now would look better than they actually are. And so, and better than what the Broncos are getting right now. This is kind of an ideal circumstance for a young quarterback to be in, and that's the production they're getting. That's the big concern for Denver.
It's time now for the hottest segment in all of sports. It's Upset Alert. And it's a controversial segment.
It's not controversial at all.
Turns out how analytics ended up ruining, for lack of a better term, some of the sports that you love. Too many threes, for example. Baseball had to change the rule. Too many home runs.
Yeah.
The shift. We have learned in the last few weeks of Upset Alert that the 1 point for covering and you get the amount of points for the outright win +3 or something
Yeah.
just makes for not a competitive game.
Well, hold on. What? Show the scores and
What?
we'll go to the rules. Coach and Greg got a 15.5 pointer last
So
week.
basically, you could pick every game right from week 1 to week 16 and be up half a point.
Oh, if you go against the spread.
Come on.
No, what do you mean, KW?
You mean
if
the
picked
spread
every
versus
game right for
outright
16 weeks, it would be a minimum of.
If I got every game covered.
He means just cover.
you mean
If I was
just
in Nick's
covered.
picks,
So
I'd
you
be
wanna
Again,
do it again.
it's not called cover. Show the rules, Dust. It's very straightforward. Everybody understood stands. We all agreed to it.
But we learned.
You get a minimum.
We agreed the shift
read
was cool.
Read the final 2 bullets. You get 1 point if your team covers fails
there
to
it
win
is.
outright. The point is to honor the alert part of Upset Alert. It should be 0 points, but we wanted to honor the alert part. You get a minimum of 3 points if your Upset Alert wins outright, plus number of bonus points commensurate with points
that
spread.
is flawed. It is obviously flawed.
Oh, okay. Well, you weren't saying that when you were wearing a groundhog hat and you were the Punxsutawney Phil football. You're just saying it because
That was
Greg and Coach are
ages
cooking
ago.
you
For the
guys.
record, that was before we
Ages
did the
ago.
scoring.
Well, it is. Go ahead.
I just got to give a shout out to Coach because right now, Coach, you're putting the team on your back.
Did he have both of the big wins, Coach?
Yeah, we have 3 wins. I have 1, Coach has 2, but he has
got the 2
hit
big
grand slams on both of his. So credit to Coach. But this week,
That's all it is.
are you disappointed?
He's getting lucky.
Just-
Yeah,
He knows
What's
what
the
he's
biggest
talking about.
upset every week?
Exactly.
Well, this week I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. And they're facing off against, absolutely. They're going up against the Seattle Seahawks. And I know we're all excited about the Seattle team, as am I. But this team in Arizona is starting to heat up in the desert.
Really?
Yeah, it's starting to heat up in the desert. They made a decision at the quarterback position. I'll get to that. But when you look at this team, and I know every time we show a team's remaining schedule and we look and we see the Cardinals, we're like, oh, that's a win. But really, is it? When you look at what they've been able to do, they've won games. They've been in close games every single week. These are their losses. They've led in every one of their losses, and then they end up finding a way to lose. That's a sign of a team that just doesn't know how to finish.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're a bad team. Now you insert a veteran at the quarterback position that steadies everything, gives us a little bit more production on the offensive side of the ball, allows our defense to rest a little bit because we're sustaining some drives. We're actually waking up a draft pick that we all thought was just going to be sleep throughout the entirety of the year, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, these are the numbers when Kyler was starting versus now what you have with Jacoby Brissett. This is why I feel like this team has a chance in every single game because they've been in every single game. Now you have Jacoby Brissett, not a world beater. He's gonna take some sacks, but he's gonna put the ball in the end zone and he's gonna protect the ball. I like where they're going defensively. Jonathan Gannon always has had a really good defense. The defense can play a little bit better, but this is a team that in that division, they're going to scrap to the end. And it's heating up in the desert.
It's in Seattle.
I know.
Well, the desert.
Well, they're in the desert. They're practicing right now in the desert.
Yeah.
They're in
But
Arizona.
they're about to play.
I know they're
in the
playing.
rain.
I know they're. That means nothing.
Just desert rain. I mean, okay.
It's like the Alps.
Greg,
I actually like your pick.
Greg, good.
I would have picked that had you not picked it first. I do like that pick because I agree. I like Arizona. I mean, and you know they're due for one. You know who else is due for one?
You?
The Atlanta. Me, yes. The Atlanta Falcons.
Oh.
3 straight L's.
Wow.
Played very
They're
similar
worse.
to what you're talking
That's
about. So you're
great.
shaking your head. They Yeah, get them to play their worst. It's in Europe,
Yeah,
so
it's in Berlin.
everybody's thrown off a little bit. All right. I would feel even better about it if Indy weren't coming off a loss. All right, so they're coming off this loss. They're going to obviously want to make amends for that. But who do they have next? The Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, part of his reason for picking that upset last week was looking ahead. Yeah. And obviously, Indy is thinking about Kansas City. I don't care what they say. They're thinking about the Chiefs. Atlanta, 3-5, their season's on the line. Like, they lose this game, it's probably over. And I don't think they feel like it's over. They've almost beat Tampa Bay. They almost beat New England. Like, they have reason to feel like we are right there. Just like your Cardinals, except I think the Falcons are more talented. The receiving core, I know you got a good one too, but the quarterback, Penix, I'll take him over Jacoby Brissett. You know, the defense, one of the best, ranked in the top 5 total defense. So I think Atlanta's going to go out here and shock the world this weekend. Plus, I need to go big game.
They're going to sprinkle a little sauce on that
What
hawk
about Sauce Gardner?
and eat that on up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's the first game with
Drew,
him.
I love that upset alert, and you.
Left out one thing.
Well, you did. I mean, Colts are built for a fast track, and this is on a soccer pitch in Germany. A little foggy weather. It helps.
Is it going to be foggy?
It is. I looked. It's going to be foggy.
He definitely did.
I was showing Greg.
Foggy?
Foggy.
It's not morning time.
I'm just telling you, it's supposed to be foggy. I'm just telling you. I don't know.
This is such a guarantee. The Puxatawny Philip football is not even fired up for it.
Well, you need it, buddy.
No, I don't.
Yes,
I was correct.
You do need it.
But you want to catch up. You want to win.
The Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are underdogs coming off of a bye in Green Bay that just lost to the Panthers. Doesn't that seem super obvious to everybody? It was so obvious I had to get in the Google Doc early to stake my claim. How's Jalen Hurts do as an underdog? Surprise, surprise. And this is a little bit, Jalen Hurts is such a winning quarterback. We've gotten to the Mahomes category where it's like, how does he do on a waxing, gibbous moon? It's like, guess what? Excellent. 5-2 as an underdog. He's always good. How about the last calendar year? Felt like we maybe wrote Jalen Hurts off a little bit too early. 20-2. Remember, we always take out that Commanders game where he got hurt in the first quarter. Deep passes, how's that? How's his arm look throwing the ball deep now that A.J. Brown's back? Oh, surprise, surprise. In everything. Saquon's coming off his best game against the Giants and a bye, so he'll be extra fresh. Jalen's coming off of a perfect game against the Vikings, and then he just had a nice little game against the Giants. I feel the only reason I wasn't going to pick this game is it felt a little too obvious.
Oh, trap
A little
game?
bit. Micah Parsons has, I think, 3.5 sacks, maybe 1 forced fumble against Jalen in 3 or 4 games. But he was quiet last week.
Yeah,
he was
that
shut
means,
out.
That means he's going to be loud this week.
Maybe not.
Be a good 5.5 pointer.
I would only want the one.
Okay, well, that's not how it works. What's it time now?
It's
for
time now, whether you like it or not, for Nick's
Hey,
Picks.
you can't do that. You can't switch to whether you
I
like it or
that,
not.
Wild. You found a loophole.
All right.
In your bet.
The losses were bad. There's no way around it. The winner was up 28-0 at halftime. But I had the Lions laying 8.5. They lost outright. I had the Chiefs laying 1.5. They lost outright. No excuses. Point thumbs, not fingers.
Yeah.
Bad week. The only way to earn back the audience's
Perfect
trust
week.
is with a perfect week.
I feel it.
Luckily, I haven't liked it. It was hard for me to pick just 3. There were 5 games I loved this weekend. I narrowed it down to 3. We are starting with Bake Show. Sorry, KW.
What?
KW is a Pats fan. He doesn't even want the Pats to win. Baker, off a bye, at home, laying less than a field goal. By the way, Baker is a favorite off a bye, 4-0. Baker, with extra rest, 6-4 against the spread. Patriots, a little banged up. Baker, offensive line getting healthier finally, even though the skill position guys are not. I believe, with respect to the Patriots, the Bucs are the better team. They are the more well-rested team. They are at home. I am laying less than a full field goal. No problem. Even that Baker last-second magic field goal to win covers. Bucs -2.5. Next, Everybody knows the Colts aren't built to play outdoors, particularly in Germany, and I'm getting 6.5 with the Falcons. This line was 5.5, and then they traded for Sauce Gardner and moved a point. That is America overreacting to a fancy trade, and we all know a corner should not move the Vegas spread a full point. Also, real analysis here, not weatherman analysis, which is real analysis, but Greg doesn't like it. Hey, Greg, DeForest Buckner important to your team? Because he's out for this game. In fact, he just went on the IR. Actually, kind of a big story, particularly when we're about to play that guy, Bijan Robinson, and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the other thing. It's a Europe game. They're sleepy early. They're weird, and I'm getting almost a full touchdown. I don't need the Falcons to win outright like Brew does. I see him recover the 6.5. I think they could win outright. Falcons plus 6.5. And last but not least, when you need to break a losing stretch, you know what you do?
Wow.
You go to Mike Tomlin as a dog. Mike Tomlin getting 3. Tomlin, in his career as an underdog, 67-40-4 against the spread. As we had the Steelers last week as a dog on the pod, not on the show, they won outright. I think they can do it again. All I've heard all week is, you can't blame Justin Herbert because Joe Alt's not there. Well, you know who is there? TJ Watt and Nick Herbig and Cam Hayward coming for him. I think the Steelers are going to win outright. I'm getting 3 points. And one other thing. I know this says it's at the Chargers. That's because it's in Los Angeles.
Totally agree.
But you know what? You know who's going to be in a silent count in this game? Justin Herbert. There's going to be Steeler fans galore out there buying up those LA fans tickets, and it's going to feel like a Steeler home game. So 3 picks this week. 1 favorite, 2 dogs. The Bucs laying 2.5. The Falcons getting 6.5, and the Steelers getting 3. That, my friends, is a 3-0 weekend to get to 500 before the stretch run. You watch.
I'm rooting for you because I think it's good for the show.
I'm rooting for you too because I think it's good for the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.